Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima. Over the course of 2026, I'm playing the game Persona 3 Reload. Only I'm trying something a little different. I'm going to match the pace of the game. That's right, I'm playing this game one real day at a time. Please enjoy this different take on the game in a series I'm calling Persona a Day. Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here and joining me today. My name is Tom Shima. I'm glad to have you all here. Let's have some fun today. So let's start with a little bit of context. Like I say, we started last Monday. We arrived at the place we're going to be spending our next year. We arrived at a dorm where we met a couple of our schoolmates. We met Mitsuru and Yukari. We started our first week of school at Gekkokan High. We met our class. We kind of saw the lay of the land, got a tour of the school, saw what was where, who was where, and what was going on. We saw new people. We got a little bit of a look at the area. And, okay, a bit closer than, our last play session was April 9th. So, like I said, it was a little bit of time ago. So let's break down that day a little bit. Our day started going to school as we would. We had the option on whether or not we wanted to sleep in class, and I've never been one to even consider that, so we stayed awake. After school, Junpei invited us to go along with him to Paulownia Mall, so we got to kind of see what was going on there. Looks like a nice, vibrant, lively place. We might be spending some time there in the future. From there, we ended up returning back to the dorm. We were kind of feeling tired, wanted to get to bed early. And as we slept, Mitsuru, Yukari, and Chairman Akutsuki, they were continuing to monitor us, seeming to look for some reaction or something that we still haven't been totally clear on yet. But as they were monitoring us, an energetic student, Akihiko, that we'd seen in passing in cutscenes, was apparently chased back to the dorm by some sort of entity that was trying to get inside. At that point, Yukari came to wake me up because we needed to get out of there, and something bad was going on. We needed to try to escape out the back. But as we did, we heard some pounding on the door, so if the back was out, the front was out, and the only other option was to head upstairs and see what we could do. As the attack sounded as it was getting closer, we kept climbing the stairs, eventually making it up to the roof, where we were a little bit cornered, and as we got there, this strange entity creature with masks and hands kind of crawled its way up towards us. We didn't really know what to do, I guess, at that point. Yukari was rightfully panicked. I was a little out of sorts, and it came to a point where the shadow was about to attack, and in an effort to protect both Yukari and myself, I managed to awaken to my persona Orpheus. And using the power of Orpheus, I was able to beat back the shadows. But it didn't seem to be at no cost to me, as the exhaustion, whatever you will, from the battle left us clinging to consciousness and kind of falling to our knees at the end of the encounter, with Yukari looking on in a bit of a panic, rightfully so. But that's where we left things on April 9th. So we're going to kind of catch up right about that point as we go forward from here, and we get back into today, April 17th, as we continue Persona a Day. So, with that recap out of the way, let's jump over to the game. So this is just after our encounter on the rooftop with the shadow. I'm obviously down for the count, and Yukari is rather concerned at the sight in front of her.
Oh, say something!
So again, this is just a bit of a refresher.
So good to see you again.
A bit of a refresher from where we left things off back on Thursday, April 9th, before we get into today.
You lost consciousness after awakening to your power. Ooh, I see that it was Orpheus who heeded your call. Very interesting. That was the power of Persona, the manifestation of your psyche.
I think that's how we responded last time.
A persona is a facet of your personality that surfaces as you react to external stimuli. You can think of it as a mask that protects you as you brave many hardships. The power of a persona is the power of one's soul. And the soul is fueled by the depth of one's bonds. As you form these bonds by becoming involved with others, your own social links will gradually develop. The strength of these social links will foster the growth of your persona abilities. Please remember this. Now then, time marches on in your world.
It does, yes. That's kind of the premise of this Persona a Day playthrough, isn't it?
I shouldn't keep you here any longer. Next time we meet, you will come here of your own accord. Until then, farewell.
All right, that's the prologue out of the way. We've jumped forward, and now we've caught up to Friday the 17th. My head is getting clearer. I can feel someone's presence beside me.
You're awake. How do you feel?
Neither of these really answer how I feel, do they? Kind of sounds dismissive if I were to ask her why she's here, so let's just ask her where I am.
Thank goodness you finally woke up.
After 8 days, that is a time to be out.
Oh, this is Tatsumi Memorial Hospital. It's just a short walk from the station. The doctor couldn't find anything wrong. He said you were just exhausted.
I must have been quite exhausted.
I'm sorry I wasn't helpful at all back there.
Well, she wasn't unhelpful. She got us to the safest place we could be. She took charge. She provided us with that short sword. I don't think we'd be here without her help.
But wow, that power of yours was really something.
Hey there, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Yeah, let's ask what those things are. She seems to have some more of an idea of things going on than we do.
You mean the shadows? They're what we're fighting against. And that power you used, we call it persona. Don't worry, we'll explain everything later. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before. I wanted to tell you something. I can kinda relate. To you, I mean.
Oh. Again, we don't really want to sound dismissive and ask her why she's telling us, so let's just be amiable and ask her, what do you mean?
My dad died in an accident when I was little.
Well, the stream's going great. Thank you so much for asking. Like I said, thank you for being here.
And my mom and I aren't exactly on good terms.
Yukari's got it rough.
You're all alone too, aren't you? To be honest, I already heard about your past. But it didn't seem fair, so I wanted you to know about mine too.
I appreciate that.
This was a while ago, but...
Oh, yeah, thanks for the question. Yes, I do plan to stream this daily. The idea of this playthrough is to play the game one day at a time as it corresponds to the real calendar. I figure it's going to be kind of a unique way to see the game and make a different kind of connection to it rather than just playing through as a traditional RPG and going through day by day by day. If we do it one day at a time, we can make that unique, deeper connection to the world and the people in it. I think it'll be kind of a fun way to see it in a different style. I'd love to have you join me as much as you're able. And I'm going to be uploading all these playthroughs to YouTube as well, so if you want to catch up on your own time, I totally respect that and encourage you to do it that way too.
There was a big explosion in the area. Supposedly, my dad died in the blast, but nobody really knows what happened. At the time, he was working in a lab run by the Kirijo group. So I'm hoping if I stick around long enough, I'll find out more about it.
Oh, thank you once again. Yes, I actually did make this model myself. For the good or bad, it's mine. I'm happy with him.
That's why I'm going to Gekukan High. And why I was there when this happened to you. Not that I was much help. I kinda panicked. That was my first time facing them too.
I think panic would be the right reaction to seeing and experiencing something like that.
Sorry. You wouldn't have to go through all this if I weren't such a coward.
Yeah, I mean, we were rightfully just as scared as she was. We were in the same boat as her.
Really? But still. Sorry for telling you all this the minute you opened your eyes. While I was waiting, I thought to myself, I've been hiding so many things from him. As soon as he wakes up, I'll tell him the truth.
She's been feeling bad this whole week, too, waiting for us to come to.
So thanks for listening. I've been wanting to share that story with someone for a long time. Alright, I'm gonna get going. I'll let the others know you're okay. They said you could leave once you regain consciousness, so I think you're free to go home. See you! Oh, welcome back!
Don't push yourself, though. Do you want to get some rest? Don't worry, your room's safe now. Oh, it was a quick day getting back through things. We're already back to our dorm. We're looking no worse for the wear. Let's see what Yukari's got to say here.
Hey!
Kirijo-senpai said she'll be late today. I guess she's processing some paperwork for you. Hey, try not to overdo it at school tomorrow, okay? I was kind of wondering about that paperwork. We got out of the hospital pretty quick and easy there for having been there for a week. Discord, yeah, that's one of those things I've been saying a couple days now. I've been wanting to work on, and I'm going to put my foot down, and I'm going to get that sooner than later, but I don't actually have one established yet. That is one of those top to-dos for me. I know I need to get that going. Let's see what's on TV. And all the tourist families have had a wonderful spring. The attraction will remain in operation until May 5th, the last day of the holidays next month. Tomorrow is forecasted for a great day for fun. Why not participate in some outdoor events? Up next is today's exchange rate. Standard stuff on the news there. Yeah, we kind of walked through the dorm the other day. It looks more or less the same as we left it. This nice looking computer here. Still feels kind of weird just walking behind the counter like that, but... Yeah, like I say, Discord is still in the process of getting set up, so I don't actually have any sort of link to that yet. And once I do, I will get it front and center. I would really love to have people participating in more of a community that way, so not ready yet, but something to look forward to, I hope. So we never really did look too much on the other floors, have we? I think we kind of looked at some of the doors through here. Here we got a vacant room. Door's tightly sealed. Another vacant room. This one's Yukari's room. The nameplate says Takeba. Yukari doesn't seem to be in her room, obviously because she's downstairs. We got Mitsuru's room here. The nameplate says Kirijo. Mitsuru doesn't seem to be in her room. Twitter, yes, I do have Twitter. That should be linked in my profile and channel information here. This was that storage area that led off to the rooftop where we ended up the last time we played. There's a notice on the door. Do not open. If open, close it. And this was that big door we couldn't get in the other day. It's still tightly sealed, so we wonder what's in the room. I suppose with that, it seems like we've seen most of what the dorm has to offer. It's a vending machine over there. Our room's right here at the end of the hall. The nice little detail I like, every time you come into your room, You may have noticed he had that bag slung over his shoulder. He came back in his room and he put his bag away. Just that little detail that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot of anything, but just kind of makes that world feel all the more lived in. And like, okay, I'm back for my day. I'm not gonna carry this thing around with me anymore. I don't need to have this with me. I can set it down in my space and just be me here. Still got our fridge. Oh no, it seems to have broken. So we have a fridge, but it's more decorative than anything now. I see my normal face reflected in the mirror. Get ourselves a desk. It's organized, but I should go to sleep early just in case. So I guess we'll see where this takes us. It was a shorter day if this is where things wrap up, but as we saw the last time we went to bed, some stuff happened after that, so we'll see where this takes us. I should rest for today. Okay. So, like I say, since we're playing that game one day at a time, that is where the playthrough portion is going to conclude for the moment. Let's head back to the basement and chat a little bit more. So yeah, that was, again, a shorter day. I think I'd kind of said before, some days are going to be longer, some days are going to be shorter. That's one of those side effects of playing along with a real calendar, just like in real life. Some days are busier, some days have a lot more free time in them. So there wasn't as much for gameplay today, but it was nice to get back into the swing of things, to see what happened after that battle last week, to see that we survived just fine, and we're back up on our feet now, and life can continue on as it had been. So yeah, I mean, we got home today, we walked around the dorm a bit, talked with Yukari, saw that the news was fairly standard there, did another once-over of the building itself. Not anything to necessarily write home about, this wasn't one of those, keystone days that's going to shape the rest of our future, but having these nice, relaxing, everyday days is kind of what makes life, isn't it? For the archive people here, this is where we're going to be wrapping the stream up. So thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you joining me for today's journey, and please continue supporting me on this Persona a Day playthrough of Persona 3 Reload. I appreciate it, and thank you so much. With that, we've reached the end of the day. Please look forward to next time to see where the game goes from here. This journey is being streamed live on my Twitch channel if you'd like to be there in person for the experience. Links and schedule details can be found in the description. I'll keep uploading each day's session to this channel so you can keep watching here. Once again, I'm Tom Shima. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again as I continue the series, Persona a Day. What will tomorrow bring?